you guys in the media, and me too, obviously, but you guys in the media, you want Clemson to be good, but you also want South Carolina to be good because it makes the job more fun. It makes the job more fun. Like when 2010 to 13, it's just more fun to cover teams that are winning and doing really well. The excitement's there, the buzz is there, which is going to draw more people to your telecast, is going to get people to read your articles more. So obviously, we're all excited about Shane Beamer getting hired, the future of the program. I'd love to just hear your honest thoughts when you take a look at the hire and sort of what we've seen to this point with, obviously spring ball wrapping up, the spring game happening, and we're moving into the offseason. But just curious, from your perspective, what are your thoughts on the Shane Beamer hire and sort of the direction of Gamecock football right now?
I like the hire, and I think it's something that South Carolina needed. I mentioned, we talked about Steve Spurrier, we talked about Lou Holtz, and there was Paul Dietzel. Mm-hmm. Dietzel, Holtz, and Spurrier, all three coaches that had won national championships at other schools. Mm. And so when you get a hire like that, you go, hey, well, maybe they can do the same thing for us. Under Dietzel, his high water mark was winning the 1969 ACC championship, the only conference championship in the history of Gamecock football. Yep. Lou, he had the 2 Outback Bowls, and then things tailed off. Steve had the great 3-year run, and maybe you can look at it, like 5 years. Yeah. And he admits, maybe they should have won an SEC championship. It didn't happen. There was a game always during that run that kind of derailed them. And then they weren't able to maintain the recruiting. And, you look at Clemson, a team that has won 3 national championships. They had Danny Ford, who had never been a head coach, and Dabo, who's never been a head coach. Not saying the same thing is going to happen to South Carolina, but you bring someone in who's passionate. The one thing about Shane is he really wants to be here. Yeah. He really wants to be here. He's not looking at this as a stepping stone to his next job. If he could stay here 40 years, I think he probably would. And that kind of just bleeds over to everyone, the assistant coaches, the players. Hey, this guy is here for us. He loves this university. And so we're going to give it our all. It's going to be tough. They still have to build up the roster. They've got some talented players. But the one thing about playing in the SEC, like when South Carolina first joined the SEC, I went, oh, man, they don't have enough players. Right. And it's what I tell people is if your starter goes out, if you're going to be a great team, can you win? Can your backup play winning football at that position? Mm. If you've got a bunch of backups that can't play winning football and, you have injuries, and then in this era of COVID, we're not out of it clearly, you're going to struggle. And so, but I like the hire of Shane Beamer, and I wish him the best. He's great to work with. And again, that passion for wanting to be here, you can't put a price on that.
Yeah, I love the hire too, man. I'll say again, selfishly, from you and I's perspective, I love how the excitement and I think the overall just hope and the optimism has returned to Gamecock football again. That makes what you and I do a lot more fun. Let's put it that way. As much as people may think, oh, they want to be negative, it's like, no. I joke with people, the best thing that could happen to my business is out of my control. South Carolina winning football games. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, I want to follow up on something you said.
Yeah.
You said it's more fun covering winning teams. You're absolutely right. I want all the teams that I cover to be successful. Mm-hmm. That's a better story. I'm like the 98, 99 years with South Carolina when they went 0-21. It was really painful. Yeah. Because you can see the hurt in the players' eyes, and you just don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Thank God Twitter wasn't around in 1998, 1999.
Man, that's
thank God.
Yeah, it was bad enough without it.
Yeah.